society and the just government of men and women, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor us, your servants, whom you have called to the performance of important trusts in these islands. Let your blessing descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we may treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of these islands and of those whose interests you have committed to our charge. And this we beg in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. May the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us all evermore. Amen. Please be seated. Item number 2, confirmation of minutes, the minutes of the 23rd of June, 2021. Senator John White, you have the floor.
Madam President, I move that the minutes of the meeting of Wednesday, 23rd June, 2021 be taken as read.
Is there any objection to that motion? Senator Tucker, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. I just have a couple of amendments. On page 1, on page 1, the very first paragraph, the last part of the sentence, which starts swimmers hoping to qualify, should say for the Olympics.
Yes.
On page 3, the second paragraph, midway down, which starts, she also congratulated 3 athletes who have qualified for there's an extra word to that should be removed.
Yes. Those are the only 2.
Yeah, thank you, Madam President. The first one was on page 2, the very first paragraph in the second column. The last sentence, which starts swimmers hoping to qualify for the Olympics. The very last sentence at the bottom. Sorry, page 1, apologize. Yes. Very first paragraph in the second column, yes.
So the word for is left out?
Yes.
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 The last line. Swimmers hoping to qualify for the Olympics.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President.
Senator White.
Madam President, with the amendments identified by Senator Tucker, I move that the minutes of Wednesday, 23rd June, 2021 be confirmed,
Subject to the amendment.
subject to the amendments.
Is there any objection to that motion? No objection. Thank you, Senator White. The minutes will be confirmed with those corrections. Item number 3, messages.
No messages, Madam President.
Thank you. Item number 4, reports of committees. There are none. Item number 5, announcements. Would just like to indicate that Senator Michelle Simmons has indicated her she has a family issue today and she is unable to be present. Item number 6, notices of motion. There are none. Item number 7, petitions. There are none. Item number 8, statements. There are none. Item number 9, introduction of bills. There are none. Item number 10, the first reading of public bills. There are none. Item number 11, the first reading of private bills. There are none. Item number 12, question and question period. There are none. Item number 13, the orders of the day. The first order of the day is the second reading of the Economic Substance Amendment Act 2021, and that's in the name of Senator Ariana Hudson, the Junior Minister of Finance. Senator Hudson, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, I move that the bill entitled the Economic Substance Amendment Act 2021 be now read a second time.
there any objection to that motion? No objection. Carry on, Senator Hudson.
Thank you, Madam President. The bill now before the Senate is the Economic Substance Amendment Act 2021. This bill amends the Economic Substance Act 2018 in order that Bermuda's economic substance legislative framework continues to meet the evolving requirements of the European Union Code of Conduct Group on Business Taxation. Madam President, following the approval of Bermuda's Following the approval of Bermuda's Economic Substance Legislative Framework by both the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, Forum on Harmful Tax Practices, and by the EU Code of Conduct Group, Bermuda successfully completed the fully equipped monitoring mechanism review by the FHTP. As required, the Registrar of Companies has continually engaged with both organizations in relation to the continued appropriateness and effectiveness of Bermuda's economic substance regime. Madam President, based on that ongoing assessment of Bermuda's economic substance regime, as well as the equivalent economic substance regimes in other comparable jurisdictions, including among the Crown dependencies and other overseas territories, the EU Code of Conduct Group has determined that the scope of the economic substance regime must be expanded to include all forms of partnerships, and not just those partnerships that have elected to have separate legal personality. Madam President, in line with the government's ongoing commitment to meeting high standards of compliance with international requirements and to ensure that Bermuda is not added to the EU's list of non-cooperative jurisdictions for tax purposes, the so-called EU blacklist, the Registrar's team have developed the specific legislative amendments to the Economic Substance Act 2018 to address this requirement by the EU. Madam President, the amendments to the Economic Substance Act set out in the bill before the House today seek to address this EU requirement to bring all partnerships into scope and to ensure that the Registrar of Companies has the necessary investigative and enforcement powers to ensure compliance with the economic substance requirements by all entities in scope of such requirements. Madam President, these amendments have been developed by the Registrar's team in close consultation with both the EU and OECD. It should be noted that there has been ongoing dialogue with the relevant bodies on the proposed legislation. Both the EU and OECD have completed their preliminary assessment of the amendments and have indicated that they have no concerns. Madam President, the amendments proposed by this bill are in line with EU and OECD's stated principles. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator Hudson. And before I open the floor, I'd just like to acknowledge the presence of Ms. Murray from the Registrar of Companies. Welcome to you. Would any senator care to speak on this bill? Senator Jones, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. Good morning to you and my colleagues and the listening audience. We, the opposition, we have no objections to this bill. We see the importance and the necessity to ensure that partnerships in all forms are included under this substantial bill to keep in line with international standards. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator Jones. Would any other senator care to speak on this bill? Hearing none, then it's over to you, Senator Hudson.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that the bill entitled the Economic Substance Amendment Act 2021 be now read a second time.
Is there any objection to that motion? No objection.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that Rule 26 be suspended in respect of this bill.
Is there any objection to that motion? No objection.
Madam President, I move that the bill entitled the Economic Substance Amendment Act 2021 be now read a third time.
Is there any objection to the third reading? No objection.
Madam President, I move that the bill do now pass.
It has been moved that the bill entitled the Economic Substance Amendment Act 2021 do now pass. Is there any objection to that motion? No objection. The bill is passed. Thank you very much, Senator Ariana Hudson. Thank you for your attendance. Item number 2 on the orders of the day is the second reading of the National Pension Scheme Occupational Pensions Amendment Act 2021, and that also is in the name of Senator Hudson, the Junior Minister of Finance. You have the floor. Is there any objection to that motion? No objection. Thank you, Senator Hudson. Would any senator care to speak on this bill? Senator White, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. I'm very supportive of this legislation. I think the way that Senator Hodson expressed it was spot on. I think it's Bermudans need to prioritize their immediate financial needs, which this effort obviously assists them in doing. At the same time, they have to recognize that withdrawing funds should only be done when absolutely necessary, because as the senator expressed, the amount of retirement savings will be reduced going forward. So I think fully supportive. I think this is one of the many strong initiatives that government initiated in 2020 to assist people in their time of need. I think the island has done very well overall relative to what a lot of people assumed it might look like at this point in time following 15 or 16 months of the COVID pandemic. So acknowledging that there still are many individuals and families and businesses that are very much hurting, I think this is the right move at the right time to assist those Bermudians who need this assistance. So I'm very much in favor of this legislation.
Thank you, Senator White. Senator Jones, Marcus Jones, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. We on this side of the aisle have an appreciation of the need for this legislation, Madam President. And we always, legislators, would not like to have had to come to this position, but we had no choice. As I look at the bill and as I read it, and even the title, I was saying to myself, maybe we should even change the name of the pension scheme, because now it's no longer serving its initial purpose. It's now becoming a tool or a resource in the time of need prior to pension. But be that as it may, Madam President, we can appreciate what the government has done here. And rather than reiterate what my colleagues have said about members of the public that do not actually need this, that it should only be used as a last resource, we would encourage those members in the community, those that have had to draw from it, to be mindful of the fact that your funds will be depleted when you need it the most in your senior years. Having said that, Madam President, we do agree with the government. It's a needful and an important last resource effort, understanding that it is the citizens that are bailing themselves out, those that have come to a point of no option but to delve into their pension. So, Madam President, we have no objections. We support this legislation.
Thank you, Senator Marcus Jones. Would any other senator care to speak on this bill? Hearing none, then Senator Hudson, it's over to you. Is there any objection to that motion? No objection. Is there any objection to that motion? No objection. Is there any objection to the third reading? No objection. It has been moved that the bill entitled the National Pension Scheme Occupational Pensions Amendment 2021 do now pass. Is there any objection to that motion? No objection. The bill is passed. Thank you, Senator Hudson, and thank you, senators. We move now on to the consideration, the third item on our orders of the day, and that is the consideration of the draft regulations entitled the National Pension Scheme Refund Temporary Regulations 2021, and that is also in the name of Senator Ariana Hudson, the Junior Minister of Finance. You have the floor. Is there any objection to that motion? No objection. Senator Hudson, I've had your mic.
Thank you, Madam President, which is the last day on which applications may be made under those regulations and can also take out $6,000 under the 2021 regulations if they apply between July 1st, 2021 and June 30th, 2022. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator Hudson. Would any senator care to speak on these regulations?
Yes, Madam President.
Yes, Senator Marcus Jones, you have the floor.
As a preface to addressing this particular amendment, I can tell by my watch that anyone that wants to apply for that $12,000 before the end of June 30th today, you have about 6 hours to do it. So I suggest that you move very quickly. These regulations that the Junior Minister has put forward this morning is very important in order for the former amendment to be able to function and be processed. So, Madam President, we have no objections to these regulations.
Thank you, Senator Jones. Would any other senator care to speak on these regulations? No, so Senator Hudson, you have full support for these regulations. You have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. That is indeed good news. And Madam President, I move that the said draft regulations be approved and that the following message be sent to Her Excellency, the Governor. May it please Your Excellency, the Senate, having had under consideration the draft regulations entitled the National Pension Scheme Refund Temporary Regulations 2021, proposed to be made by the Minister of Finance under the provisions of Sections 24(9)(c) and 69 of the National Pension Scheme Occupational Pensions Act 1998, has the honor to inform Your Excellency that the Senate has approved the said draft regulations. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator Hudson. Is there any objection to the message being sent? No objection. Thank you, Senator.
Thank
The
you.
message will be sent. Thank you, senators, for your support. We now move on to item number 4 on our orders of the day, and that is consideration of a draft proposal for an exchange of land agreement between the Corporation of Hamilton and Hamilton Warehouse Company Limited. And this is in the name of Senator Darrell, the Junior Minister for Public Works. Senator Darrell, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. Good morning.
Good morning.
Madam President, I move that the Senate do now take under consideration the draft exchange agreement between the Corporation of Hamilton and the Hamilton Warehouse Company Limited regarding certain areas of the land situated at number 9 Brooklyn Lane in the city of Hamilton, being marked as Area 1 and Area 3, shown hatched in yellow, and Area 2, shown hatched in pink on the on-site engineering drawing number 14112, marked Plan B, annexed to the agreement, which is proposed to be approved by the Senate in accordance with the provisions of Section 21A and 21B of the Municipalities Act 1923.
Senators, is there any objection to that motion? Do you,
Mhm.
and does any senator want to speak?
I'll speak. Madam President
Then
and
you
Senate,
continue.
thank you. Madam President and Senate colleagues, I am pleased to introduce the draft exchange agreement between the Corporation of Hamilton, the Corporation or COH, and the corporation existing pursuant to the terms of the Municipalities Act 1923 and the Hamilton Warehouse Company Limited. Madam President, the two parties wish to enter into the agreement set out in the draft exchange agreement. Madam President, in July 2020, Senate approved the original exchange of land, which occurred between the Corporation of Hamilton and the McCallum Trust. However, after further review, it was determined that there was another party, the Hamilton Warehouse Company Limited, that should have also been included to complete this exchange. The Hamilton Warehouse Company Limited is a trust that owns one of the parcels of land that the Butterfield and Vallis Company occupy, while the Hamilton Warehouse Company Limited owns the land east of the warehouse. Madam President, Senate will recall that the rationale for the exchange was for the corporation to complete a sidewalk running from Woodlands Road to the boundary of the city of Hamilton at Canal Road, a route frequently used by school children. In order to complete the sidewalk, the following exchanges are required. The Corporation of Hamilton to McCallum Trust, 64.6 square feet, approved by the legislator in July 2020. McCallum Trust to Corporation of Hamilton, 196.3 square feet, approved by the legislature on July 2020. Hamilton Warehouse Company Limited to Corporation of Hamilton, 2.7 square feet, proposed exchange. And Corporation to Hamilton Warehouse Company Limited, 131 square feet, proposed exchange. Madam President, once the transactions are completed with both the trustee of McCalman Trust and the Hamilton Warehouse Corporation Limited, the corporation will receive a total of 199 square feet of land in exchange for conceding 195.6 square feet of land. Madam President, Section 21A of the Municipalities Act 1923 requires that any agreement for A, the sale of land which is the property of the corporation, or B, a lease conveyance to the other disposition of any interest in land which is the property of the corporation, being a lease, disposition, or conveyance expressed to be for a term exceeding 21 years or for a term renewable exceeding in the aggregate 21 years, and any related agreement must be submitted in draft to the minister for approval by the cabinet and the legislature. Madam President, the draft exchange agreement is such an agreement. It has been submitted to the minister and has been approved by the cabinet. It is now before the Senate for its approval in accordance with Section 21B of the Municipalities Act 1923, which provides that the approval of the legislature shall be expressed by way of resolution passed by both houses of the legislature, approving the agreement and communicated to the governor by message. Madam President, this concludes my presentation of the draft exchange agreement. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator Darrow. Would any senator care to speak on this exchange agreement? Senator Marcus Jones, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. The opposition has no objections to this draft proposal of exchange of land. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator Marcus Jones. Would any other senator care to speak on this agreement? No, then Senator Darrow.
Madam President, I now move that the Senate, in accordance with subsections 1A and 1B of Section 20 of Municipalities Act 1923, approve the exchange agreement, between the Corporation of Hamilton and the Hamilton Warehouse Company Limited, as set out in the attached draft of the agreement, and the appropriate message be sent to the governor.
Is there any objection to that motion? No objection. Thank you, Senator Darrow. A suitable message will be sent.
Thank you, Madam President.
Item number 5 is consideration of a draft proposal for a sale and purchase agreement between the Corporation of Hamilton and Arnold's Discount Limited. And that's also in the name of Senator Darrow, the Junior Minister for Public Works. You have the floor.
Madam President, I move that the Senate do now take under consideration the draft sale and purchase agreement between the Corporation of Hamilton and Arnold's Discount Limited regarding a triangular lot of land situated adjacent to number 20 North Street in the city of Hamilton, as described in the schedule annexed and as shown edged in red on the plan annexed to the agreement, which is proposed to be approved by the Senate in accordance with the provisions of sections 21A and 21B of the Municipalities Act 1923.
Is there any objection? Yes, please carry on, Senator Darrow.
Thank you. Madam President and Senate colleagues, I am pleased to introduce the draft sales agreement between the Corporation of Hamilton, a corporation existing pursuant to terms of the Municipalities Act 1923, and to the Arnold's Discount Limited, the purchaser, a local company incorporated in Bermuda. Madam President, the vendor and the purchaser wish to enter into an agreement set out in the draft sales agreement. Madam President, Section 21A of the Municipalities Act 1923 requires that an agreement for A, the sale of land which is the property of the corporation, or B, a lease conveyance or other disposition of any interest of land which is the property of the corporation, being in a lease, disposition, or conveyance expressed to be for a term exceeding 21 years or for terms renewable exceeding in the aggregate 21 years. And any related agreement must be submitted in draft to the minister for approval by the cabinet and the legislature. Madam President, the draft sales agreement is such an agreement. It has been submitted to the minister and approved by the cabinet. It is now before the Senate for its approval, which in accordance to 21B of the Municipalities Act 1923, which provides that approval of the legislature shall be expressed by way of resolution passed by both houses of the legislature approving the agreement and communicated to the governor by message. Madam President, this concludes my presentation of the draft sales agreement.
Thank you, Senator Darrell. And before I open it to the floor, I would just like to acknowledge the presence of the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Randy Rochester from the Ministry of Public Works. Would any senator care to speak on this? Senator Marcus Jones, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. The opposition has no objections to this proposal for the sale and purchase agreement. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Marcus Jones. Would any other senator care to speak? Hearing none. Senator Darrell, it's over to you.
Thank you, Madam President. I now move that the Senate, in accordance with subsections 1A and 1B of Section 20 of the Municipalities Act of 1923, approve the sales agreement between the Corporation of Hamilton and the Arnold's Discount Limited, as set out in the attached draft of the agreement, and that the appropriate message be sent to the governor.
Is there any objection to the message being sent? Hearing none, then Senator Darrell, that suitable message will be sent to the governor and is well supported by the Senate. Thank you, senators. Senators, that concludes our orders of the day. Item number 14, motions. There are none. Item number 15, congratulatory and or obituary speeches. Would any senator care to speak?
I would, Madam President.
Senator Darrell, you have the floor.
Madam President, I'd first like to send condolences to the family of Miss Patricia Gibbons. Miss Gibbons recently resided in Smith's Parish. She is the mother of Miss Karen Camara, also Miss Debbie Billing, Mr. Robert Gibbons, and Mr. Brian Gibbons. She was the wife of Mr. David A. Gibbons, and she was also known as Nana to many of her amazing grandkids, some of which I consider as friends. May the family have the strength as they do lay her to rest tomorrow afternoon. And on a happier note, Madam President, I had the opportunity to attend three graduation ceremonies this week, as we are in graduation season. And I'd like to first of all send congrats to the graduates, the newest graduates of my alma mater, the Barclay Institute. I think there was almost 140 graduates. They said one of their largest graduation classes ever, who graduated at the National Stadium, which was a new location for them. And I was glad that all parties involved were able to work that out and allow our students to get back to normal graduation ceremonies. And this morning, before I came to Senate, I had the honor of briefly attending the graduation ceremony of Cedar Bridge Academy. And they had some 90 students that graduated. Now, theirs was very interesting. The students actually paraded down from Cedar Bridge. They had the gumbays. They were escorted by, I think, a fire truck and sirens. The staff created a honor guard. So I just want to say congratulations to both principals, Ms. Keisha Douglas, as well as the acting principal at Cedar Bridge, Mr. Kenneth Caesar, the chairman of the boards, Mr. Greg Bridgewater, Mr. Jason Wade, MP Jason Wade, and all families and friends. Also had one more graduation that I did attend, and I will definitely put this one in. I attended the preschool. Prospect Preschool had a small school leaving ceremony for their students. And I particularly went for one little boy. His name is Oliver Darrell, my son. So we went and we did go out to dinner. So congratulations to all students, preschools, nursery schools, high schools that are graduating in this season. And my final thoughts will go to the educators, all educators who are wrapping up this week after what was another challenging year, Madam President. I want to say thank you as the junior minister responsible for education. I want to say thank you to all educators, public and private, for their service this year. And I wish you all a happy, happy summer vacation. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator Darrell. Would any other senator care to speak? Senator Robin Tucker, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. I would like to express condolences to the family of Sandra De Silva. She and her family are constituents in in C7, constituency number 7. And I also want to express condolences to the families of Rashay Williams and Quan Marley Lowe. The circumstances of their passing are absolutely heart-wrenching. And so I want to express personal condolences to both of their families and their friends. I would like to associate myself with Senator Darrell's comments. The teachers have had, and as well as the students, have had a very challenging time in the last almost 2 years of dealing with all of the interruptions due to COVID with their education and their learning, and certainly the teachers with their teaching. And they've been able to get through it, not in the best of circumstances, but they have certainly plowed through. And it is certainly something that it's a circumstance that absolutely needs to be recognized, because it has not been difficult. Has not been easy. And also, I don't want to forget the parents as well, who have had to go through challenges with some working from home while trying to make sure that their children are tuned into Zoom and or whatever other platform that the schools have been using to deliver learning to the children. It's been very difficult, and certainly I know, as a grandmother and a mother-in-law to a teacher who is absolutely looking forward to the summer break and being able to rejuvenate. So again, thank you to all the teachers, and congratulations to all the graduates.
Thank you, Senator Reverend Tucker. And now I would like to turn over to the Honorable Dr. E.G.B. Peets, Minister of Youth, Culture, and Sport, and the government leader in the Senate. You have the floor, sir.
Yes, good morning, Madam President. I'd like to be associated with the condolence remarks by Senator Tucker. Our hearts, of course, and prayers are with the families at this time. We were deeply concerned and troubled by those events, and we certainly support the family this morning in prayer. And also I'd like to associate myself with the congratulatory remarks by Senator Darrell regarding Cedar Bridge and Barclay Institute and all the graduating class of 2021. And lastly, Madam President, I want to wish a happy belated birthday to Clarence Hill, King of the Ring, and our Olympian. He celebrated his birthday on Sunday. He also shares the same birthday as Sandy Butterfield. And I also want to wish a happy belated birthday to Sandy Butterfield. Thank you so much, Madam President.
Thank you, Dr. Peets. Would any other senator care to speak? Senator Simmons, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. I would also like to associate myself with Senator Darrell. Comments on the graduates of 2021. I want to do a special shout out to my brother who is graduating from Cedar Bridge today. He's graduating with principal's honors, and to say that I am elated is an understatement. He's had some challenges, but my family stuck beside him and helped him to persevere. And to see him graduating not just with honors, but principal's honors is amazing. So I want to thank him. And I also want to do a special shout out to Nazuri Smith, who graduated today. I've had the pleasure of knowing him for the last few years. And to see him graduate, and I just saw a clip of him waving to the crowd and everybody standing up. So congratulations to Nazuri on graduating from Cedar Bridge today. Anybody that knows Nazuri knows that he's such a ball of energy, and to see him graduate today just puts a smile on my face. So thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator Lindsay Simmons. Would any other senator care to speak? No, then on behalf of all senators, I would like to join or at least to say that all senators, I'm sure, would agree to the sentiments regarding the graduates on the island and the teachers. It has been a very difficult time for them during COVID to study and to succeed. And so I think I'm sure you would all want to be associated with congratulations to all who participated. And I especially want to say I join with Dr. Peets with his regards to congratulations to Clarence Hill as well as to Sandy Butterfield, whom I know very well personally, and congratulate them on their birthdays. So with all that said, Senator, the Honorable Dr. E.G.V. Peets, Minister of Youth, Culture, and Sport,
Yes, thank you.
government lead in the Senate. You can speak to us on adjournment.
Yes, Madam President, I make a motion that the Senate adjourn to July 7th, 2021.
Thank you. Would any senator care to speak on the motion to adjourn? Hearing, Senator Lindsay Simmons, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. I'm not going to be long, but I just want to encourage Bermudians to slow down on the roads. It's been so many accidents in the last few weeks, and to see that somebody left Raekwon Williams in the road is heartbreaking. That's somebody's son, and just looking on my WhatsApp before it was announced, seeing people's heartbreak for Raekwon is sad, Madam President, to say the least. Not only does a mother have to bury her child, but she also has to know that somebody in our community left her son in the road dying. I think that we need to take time and realize that we are our brother's keepers and accidents happen, but we need to make sure that we look out for our neighbor, regardless of what's going on in Bermuda. We need to make sure it's another family that 2 years ago are still looking for answers of what happened to their daughter. We definitely need to take time and realize that families are grieving and some of these accidents are senseless, and we need to slow down and look out for our neighbor and know that, we're losing a lot of our young Black males. And we just had a murder. Quan Marley Lowe, he's a father. 2 children are going to grow up without a father, a senseless death as well. I just think that losing a life as emotional as it is, losing it from a road traffic fatality or a murder is things that can be prevented. And if Bermudians take the time to slow down or think about somebody else, put down the knives, put down the guns, even pack away your fist, it's not necessary, Madam President. So I just think that we need to take the time and love our neighbors as our family as well, because we're in this together. And I just want to ask the public to remember that these are our children. These are people in our community that doesn't matter what political side we're on, they are part of us. They're the threads to our fabric. So I just want to encourage everybody to slow down and think about the next person. And if you do happen to get in an accident, stay there. The accident up in Somerset the other day, that's my little cousin. I called her mom to see how she was. They left her in the red. She flipped over a wall and somebody left her there. So we need to remember that these accidents are affecting a lot of people. And I'm just appalled that in the last few weeks, people are actually hitting our people and just leaving the scene. So I would encourage everybody it doesn't matter if you're drinking or it was an accident or whatever the case is, don't leave somebody on the road. That's all I want to say, Madam President. I just want to encourage everybody to take time on the roads and also think about the next person. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator Lindsay Simmons, and I'm sure all senators would agree with your sentiments and comments. Would any other senator care to speak on the motion to adjourn? Hearing none, then senators, The Senate stands adjourned until July the 7th. That's next week. Thank you all.